And we're seeing ya. Tary back at you with another video. This one is a DIY tutorial for sprucing up a dress. So the first item you're going to need is obviously a dress, and ideally it has a pocket up at the top like mine does here. And secondly, you're going to need some kind of design that has gems, jewels, glitter. I have a peace sign and I've already pinned in place onto the left of the dress. The fact that some of the stones are missing does not matter. You can still see the majority of them. The third item you're going to need is 4 of the exact same button, and ideally they're in a shade very similar or matching to the buttons of the top strap. And what you're going to do with them is be placing them in the 4 corners like so of the pocket. The next item that you're going to need is some sort of bow to put anywhere on the front. Maybe about here is good. Also going to need some other pattern or fabric or craft. I don't care what you use because mine is completely random, and I'm just going to put it right here to cover the logo and the stain. So this is what the front of the dress is going to look like. Flipping over to the back of the dress, you're going to need 2 final items. First is another button. This one's slightly fancier, and you're going to be putting this on the Velcro so that it's like a fancier style of opening. And you're also going to need some kind of beaded lace thingy. Mine looks like this. And I'm just going to put that right along the seam, with the beads falling to the opposite side of where you have the button. So in my case, that's the right of the dress. Now on to the tools that you're going to use. First off, we have a glue gun for the items that are going to be glued. And then we have a needle, some scissors, 3 shades of thread, and some tape for the items that are going to be sewed on. The thread is black, brassy, and pink to match the colors of the items that I'm sewing. Just a quick reminder before we actually get started, if you are a kid following this tutorial, please make sure you have adult help and or supervision so you don't get hurt with sharp needles, sharp pins, and hot glue. So we're going to start by doing the items that we're gluing. I have my gun plugged in and warm. First I'm going to do the random craft. So we've got a line of glue down the back, like so, and then just place it on top of the spot where you want it, like so, and do the same with the bow. Remember to put the bottom side with the glue. And here I have some cardboard so I'm not getting glue stuck to my table. Like so, and now we're going to do the corner buttons of the pocket. I think with the holes of the button, it's going to be easier and safer to put the glue onto the dress directly instead of onto the button directly. And there we go. That's what the dress will look like once you've glued on everything that you want to glue. We're going to finish the front before moving on to the back. So now it's time to sew your glittered gem piece. First you want to cut a piece of thread, in my case the black, and thread your needle. Can we see on camera? Anyway, you get the point. Thread your needle. And to sew, you're going to stab the black thing and the dress simultaneously and go all the way through till you reach the end of your thread. But remember that you only want to stab the top layer of the dress, not the back layer of the dress. Remember to pull all the way through to the end of the thread. Then this time you want to stab on the inside. Then this time you want to stab on the inside or bottom through the dress and the black and up. pull it tight, and go again from the top. Through the black and through the dress. And I'm just going to repeat that, stabbing through the dress and the pattern, alternating top, down, inside, up, until you've stitched all the way around. And also you want to remember to take out the pins once you've sewed that little section, because in the final result you don't want or need them. Now that we have finished sewing on the gemmed sparkle piece, we're going to flip open the dress so we can look at the inside. And here where our thread ends, we are going to just cut it off, leaving a tiny tail. Take the thread off the needle, because we're going to need to use the needle again. And now we're going to grab our tape and just cut a really tiny piece. And we're just going to tape down that thread that we left so that our thread doesn't come up. That tail we're gonna stick down, and then you can close the dress. So here is the front of the dress finished. We have our random craft, our bow, our 4 buttons on the corners of the pocket, and our gemmed piece sewed on in the left corner. So we're now on the back side of the dress, and we're actually going to glue on this brass button instead of sewing it. I realize it'll be too hard to stab through Velcro, so we're just going to use some hot glue. Let's first separate the Velcro and only work with our 1/2 that we want, the top half. Put a dollop of glue right in the middle, and then stick the button face down into the dollop of glue. You might have to hold it there for a few seconds to help it stay in place while it's drying. There we go. Now you can re-Velcro your dress. And boom, button is attached. The final decorative piece going on to this dress, we will stick to our original plan and sew it on. You want to put it to the very bottom of the dress and have it end right where the Velcro opening ends, in the middle of the dress. And the beaded part that flips around, you want to face it to the right side of the dress, meaning it's going to be opposite to the side of the dress with the button. So same as last time, we're going to stab down through the dress and the piece you want on, remembering to only go through 1 layer of dress. Pull all the way through, but not quite, so you don't get your thread too far. And then up from the bottom. If your beads flop around while you're sewing, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine in the end. Now that your beaded piece of lace is fully on, we're going to open up to the inside. Oh look, my thread already fell off the needle, so that's gonna help. And now we just leave a tiny tail and cut the thread off. Then we grab our tape, cut a tiny piece of tape, and tape down our tail so it doesn't fall off. Like so. Now the back of the dress is complete. It is now time to try on the completed dress. Here is the front view. Here is the back view. That wraps up this DIY dress tutorial. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content. Check out all of our other social media accounts in the description below, and also check out our website. When you purchase one of our cute outfits, we are currently having a back to school sale, so use code UNIFORM10 to save 10%. See you in the next one.